And I was like, what the fuck? And then her friend's like, I think she's drunk. And I'm like, you think she's drunk? She's passed out. And she's like, I'm not drunk. I just need someone to carry me to my car.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
dude.
I was like, I look at him and then I go, you got to find, she was like, $100 to whoever carries my car. She pulls out 100.
That small boy is drunk.
I'm drunk.
D-R-U-N-K.
There's only one beer left.
I drank the vodka. I was intoxicated. I drank all of those days in excess.
What'd you drink, dude?
White Russian, thanks.
Welcome to the Local Drunks Podcast with your hosts, Daniel and Saul.
God damn, you almost done your drink?
Bro, see, that's the problem with me. I drink too fast, and that's how I end up in trouble.
We're currently drinking Baller Highballs.
Baller Highball from St. George Spirits.
Yep. And we're also using this Q Mixer Premium Club Soda.
Tarjay Special.
Oh, yeah.
Baller being umeshu rested in a cask. Or rested in an umeshu cask, I should say. Deliciousness.
Dude, this lemon peel is really doing this thing wonders.
It does the Lord's work. Really helps out with that.
By the way, this is Saul.
And this is Daniel.
And this is the
Local Drunks Podcast.
You can find us on Instagram at
Local Drunks Pod?
You can also find us on Patreon at
Local Drunks Pod.
And you can also find us on YouTube at
Local Drunks Pod.
Yes, exactly. If you listen to us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts, feel free to rate us. Please rate us. And also tell your friends.
Rate us.
1 star, 5 stars, 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5, whatever. Just rate us. It'd be great.
Yeah. We need love.
We just need a little bit of love, man.
Little bit of love.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Topics of discussion for the day. MGP decreases production. Texas' first Michelin guide is released. And some Joe's Modern Thai drama. What's really happening at Joe's Modern Thai?
Yeah, if you guys want, I'm going to timestamp those at the very bottom if you want to jump straight there. Or you can just listen to the episode and join us where we get there.
Yeah, give us a rating too, you pieces of shit.
Yeah, seriously. You are what you eat.
Turds.
Sons of bitches.
All right. So
what you been up to, man?
Shoot, bro. Honestly, it's been kind of a chill week, slow week. I haven't really gone out and done much. I'll be trying to save that money for school these days, so I'm a bit more frugal with myself or with my cash. Not myself. Ooh, it's on with myself. I don't really go out too much, so I ate mostly indoors. We made some soups because it's getting colder out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we did I forgot her name. Her name is Haley. She's on Instagram, but she does a lot of recipes and they're really good. So we made her fagioli one time, which was really good. And then, sorry if you can hear that tape. It's my wrist being unwrapped. Oh, I got PT for my wrist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How's that going?
It was pretty good. It's fucked. They're like, yeah, good luck. But so the cyst is on one of my metatarsals. And it's not going to get any better anytime soon, basically. I might have to get a cortisol shot. So,
ooh.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But for now, I'm the one-handed bartender.
He was always one hand anyway because he never, you know what I mean?
It's unfortunate I'm right-hand dominant, and it's my right hand which is damaged. Got to give it the old stranger, if you know what I mean.
Some lonely nights.
One of these nights. And so, I've just been doing stuff like that, but I went out to breakfast on one of these days. I won't say which restaurant because I'm not going to talk good things about it. But it was pretty fucked, in all honesty. We went in first and put our names down first. We got sat first, but then some dude behind us with a party of 3 knew him from some kind of business exchange. So he took their order first, and then the party behind them, they took their order.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. They just fucking forgot about us, dude. They just left us at that table for we were there for an hour before we got our food.
That's nuts.
And it's a fucking breakfast spot. Yeah. It was pretty brutal. Because then we watched these people, without even getting our order taken yet, get their food. And then even the people that were behind them get their food. And then Chan looked at the fucking kitchen. She was just like, I don't think they have our ticket. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, they're just standing around in it there. And I was like, what? And I was like, they probably didn't then. And then right when we had that conversation, the dude runs up. He's like, sorry, can I just confirm your order real quick? And I was like, you motherfucker. I was like, you ain't confirming shit. You getting it for the first time, bro.
Good Lord.
And you know what they gave us to make up for that?
What?
A plate of half rotten fruit. God. Yeah, it was like the weirdest thing too was like it was an underripened pineapple, and toward the surface of it, the exterior, it was like there's brown spots like it's rotten, but the exterior is hard green and stiff. And then they didn't even cut the core out, bro.
That's gross, dude.
I was like, what is happening here?
What the fuck?
Amateur hour, dude. Yeah, and that was their way of being like, oh, sorry, you're still paying full price for your bill, even though you came in before the two parties that we gave you.
That's
food
nuts, dude.
So we will not be going back there, and they will be closed, I'm sure, in no time soon.
That's around the corner from you?
It's in the area. It's like a Jack London, near Jack London.
The Produce and Waterfront District.
No, don't say that. And everyone's going to know where it is.
There's only so many.
I'm not saying it because it's
spots.
it's like it's a mom and pop. I'm not trying to bury them and use deduction. Hone it in. So that was upsetting, and it was like, fuck, we could have just made breakfast at home and saved a bunch of money.
Or when we went in the corner to Buttercup.
Yeah, or gone to Buttercup. Buttercup's pretty. I mean, they're consistent. They're consistent.
Yeah,
they're consistent. It's you get a giant plate of mediocre food, but it's consistent.
That's Fresno's fucking bread and butter right there, dude.
Man, tell me about it.
Food
consistently.
Good Lord.
The Chile Quiles. Chile. Other than that, I haven't really watched much things either. I watched some television. I watched this movie last night called Babes.
Oh yeah.
With Alan Glasser and Michelle Buteau.
What's it about?
It's about this lady who gets pregnant off of one night stand and then decides to keep it, and like the journey of that. And they did Broad City, and that show was really good writing. So this movie actually had some really good writing. Nice. It punched the fuck up. There were some lines and there's some hitters. So solid movie.
Instead of her, she's not doing like Knocked Up where she's finding the dude and they're raising it together. So it's like these two friends are raising it together.
Essentially, yeah. There's a bit of a plot twist. I won't say what it is because it'll kind of fuck the movie up for somebody. But yeah, she basically just tries to do it on her own instead, like a single mom situation.
Nice.
But keeping the kid. And it's pretty good. It's funny. It's about, being a mom and shit like that and the perspective of, but they're very much a comedy.
Well, what platform is it on?
It is on Hulu.
Hulu.
So there's about 1 million ads in these fucking movies. Dude, I cannot stand how much they've ramped up advertising. It's literally just watching TV again. Yeah. I'm watching government television all over again. Why has it got to be this set amount of 2 minute of fucking increments of goddamn commercial? It is not optimal. It makes me want to turn off the fucking app.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's just me.
You want to spend the extra $3 a month for no commercials?
For Hulu?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to give them more money. Fuck those people. Disney?
Yeah.
Fuck them.
No, it is a little rough just because, like, that was the appeal of streaming.
Yes.
Originally
was
no
just
commercials.
Yeah.
You just get what you want.
All the content.
Watch it whenever you want.
That's why I just pirate.
And now, yeah, pretty much. Steal your entertainment, folks.
I don't know if Pirate Bay's still open. No, I think they closed that down.
It's always open in some form, sir.
Yeah, somebody's popping up some.
It's always some site.
But yeah, that was basically my week.
That's cool.
What about you, dude?
I didn't really do much per se. I did hit some bars after we recorded the last time.
Last session, episode 15, when I fell asleep.
Episode 14, where you fell asleep. We were going to go hard, and I think I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to hang out with Eric, this and that. Nope, that guy stayed home. So I went solo out into the night. But yeah, I hit up Gold Palm finally.
How was it?
Good. It has a very 1950s like diner vibe.
Really?
But it's just super sleek looking.
It's like oldies.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't be surprised to see it, like, because it's white with a little bit of black,
just like me, Daddy.
Yep. It's it's really clean, and it just kind of just has this old school like 1940s, 1950s diner vibe.
That
So
sounds
like if
cool.
you went to go see, like like the scene in The Mask where freaking what's her name singing, and it's like a classic, or like in The Rocketeer where they go to the club and it's kind of like it has that kind of vibe. Where
Okay.
it's like an old style vibe.
Cool.
Really good drinks. I had the Gold Palm.
How was it?
It was tasty.
What was the build?
It was actually. I took a picture. Oh shit, my flashlight's on.
I was like, there's a lot of light shining from
Good
this table.
Lord. It's the old man problem.
For sure, though.
What do you mean my flashlight's on?
I'll be telling that to fucking Chan's dad. I'm like, hey, your phone light's on. He's like, how long has it been on? No wonder my phone's dead. He does not talk like that.
Coconut milk washed punch with bourbon, turmeric, guajillo pepper, and lemon.
Damn, that sounds fire.
Really good stuff. Check our Instagram because I'm going to post up some photos. But yeah, it's like it has those types of designs. It kind of gives you like a little bit of like an old
A whole lot of
style.
curves. Art
Yeah,
Deco.
like 1940s, yeah, Art Deco style.
That's true. And it's Palestinian food?
Pakistani, I believe.
Pakistani.
Yeah, there's Palestinian food. They would have been bombed already. Delicious though. I had these samosas.
Was it?
These chicken samosas.
Did it include Hamas?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it included
hummus plate?
Hummus plate. But that highball's delicious.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
So after I had a drink there, had some chicken samosas, really good as well. I'm not used to eating hot food still, even though I haven't been in restaurants in a while. So like
Yeah.
I got it, I'm like, oh sweet, and I take a bite, and I'm like, ha ha ha.
Oh,
you do
that's
that
hot.
thing in your
Hot,
fucking
hot.
mouth, or you're just trying to suck in air and you're just sucking more heat.
Oh, if I hate that shit.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. And then left there, started getting a little busy because there was a Die Antwoord freaking show.
Oh, that's right.
Hate those people.
I think you're freaking.
I never really understood their appeal.
That's just
And
weird
then they
shit.
got really huge. I had a buddy, Jesse, who's really into them.
Really?
He's really
South
into them.
African rap band?
Yeah. And he was like, oh, they're so good, this and that. They don't give a fuck, this and that.
Ah.
And then, like, that whole grooming thing came out. Well, he was, like, grooming all these people. And anyway, I was surprised he wasn't canceled.
Well, yeah, so they did, but and then because that kid came out was saying that they like took advantage of him and shit, and then they're like, we gave him a place to live and some money because they came out with that documentary. I didn't watch it. I don't really give a fuck about them. I liked them in Chappie. That was a good movie. But then they said that this kid just got too spun out on drugs, and then just like demanding more shit, and they didn't give it to him. And then he went on that whole tirade, just like, they're cutting me off, they're not giving me anything, like they took advantage of me my whole life. And so I'm like, shit, maybe, I don't know,
Maybe, yeah.
shit, maybe not. But that's just the information. Weigh it as you will. I don't know them.
I don't know, though.
They're
So,
like Elon Musk.
Jumped out of there. And, I'm broke today. I'm just going to go and pull the gym out of my dad's mine and sell it.
South Africans.
Seriously. So then I left Gold Palm,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, it's too early. Where else am I going to go? So I ended up walking over to Viridian.
Sick.
Had their tomato beef. I walked in, sat down. I go, what do you recommend? The guy's like, tomato beef. And I was like, top 3 cocktails? He goes, tomato beef.
Tomato beef.
And he started
Tomato
walking away. I was
beef.
like, I guess I'll take a tomato beef, man. He goes, okay, cool. I'll get you tomato beef.
Damn.
It was tasty, though.
That uses St. George basil, right?
I think they do.
Yeah.
Use the St. George basil, but it's not on the menu per se.
Oh.
It just says like basil to be, but there's only really one basil to be. So
Only one real basil to be.
But yeah, cool spot.
Viridian?
Loving the vibes. Was recognized by one of the workers. He was like, "You look familiar," and I was like, "Yeah, I got a big head." And then he was like, "No, you look real familiar,
with
bro."
a big old Mexican head.
And I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "You ever been to SG?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, you gave us our
Tour.
tour." And I go, "Yeah, man, that's me, baby.
That's me, baby.
That's how I do it." But yeah, no, super nice group. And then from there, had one drink, and I was like, "Where else am I gonna go today?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, you know where I should go?
No.
Double Standard, because I've actually never been." So I was gonna go to Legionnaire because I've only been there once,
You didn't go for the holiday party?
and I went just for the holiday party.
Oh.
And then I always wanted to go back, and I never really did. And then I ended up going, and then I walked by, and that place was fucking packed.
Yeah, it's got a young crowd, too.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I don't want to put up with this nonsense.
Nah.
I'm too old and too grumpy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I roll, baby. It's
Need
old
some
and
help,
grumpy. I got it right now. I got
You're
this.
Jocelyn, bro.
If you hear
Jocelyn.
If you hear stuff, it's just me in the background making noise. So anyway,
So you went to.
Go.
How was Double Standard?
Double Standard was cool. First time I've ever been. Talked to Eric about it after. He's like, I love this place. I think Wes likes it a lot too. But you walk in, kind of a smaller room, but the really big payoff is the patio. You walk into the patio and there's like this big like Great Dooku tree. And then there's just a bunch of tables and shit. I walked out. The back patio's a lot of big tables. It's definitely made for big groups. So I walked out and, like, I felt like all these groups were just looking at me like, who the fuck's this dude? I'm like, I'm just here. I'm just visiting.
Yeah.
I'm just a foreigner.
Yeah.
I'm just a migrant. Where's your cats? I'm hungry.
Making my way through. What's
Yeah.
the dogs?
And I was like, yeah, I'm just checking it out, folks. It's interesting how all around that back patio, there's like housing, apartments above it. And I'm like, damn, how the hell did they get away with that? But they must just have an agreement with them. Like, hey, like music goes
Hard
off
cut
at
off
12
at
or some
12.
shit.
Fuck that.
But it's a cool spot. I grabbed, I wouldn't live around there, but maybe they just give them free drinks and shit too.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I got a Guinness and drank it at the bar, just kind of looked around. And then I Ubered back to your place and then went home, drove home.
Sick, dude.
But,
Well, that was not before I tried to attack you for slapping my cheeks.
I walk in and these just ass up, just knocked out.
Bro, I was memes, bro. I was...
Seriously. And I was like, damn, look at those cheeks. He's the one getting slapped. And Ilya's like, just slap him. I go, really? He's like, just slap him.
That was a terrible idea.
All
I
right.
cannot believe she ever permitted something like that.
So I slapped one. I hit the wrong cheek, bro. You got up and was ready to box.
That's the fighting cheek.
It's a fighting cheek. I was, where's
Yeah,
the left
no,
cheek
bro.
at? The left cheek would have been.
I don't
you
do
would've
well,
stood hard
especially
on.
being startled in my sleep. I'm instantly on attack mode.
That's
growing up in the Central Valley, bro.
That's the fucking lifestyle, dude.
Yeah. Got to be on and ready.
Hilarious, though.
I was like, what? What's happening?
My
Here we
wife-
go.
My wife said you're on notice, by the way. She's like, only my cheeks get slapped in this house. So you're on notice.
There you go.
And then the thing I watched was
What'd you watch, bro?
Ramen Girl.
What's that?
The classic Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy.
So Brittany Murphy, I think I talked about it a couple episodes ago, but Brittany Murphy ends up
ramen
moving
girl.
to Japan out of the blue to be with her boyfriend, who is an IT guy, like he builds websites or whatever.
Yeah.
She shows up, they go out drinking, have a passionate night. This is going to be spoilers. If you haven't watched the Ramen Go yet, I'm going to spoil them anyway, so skip over like 5 minutes. The movie came out like 2007. If you haven't seen it yet, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Go watch
maybe
it. Hurry up.
2005. And
Brittany Murphy, huh?
So
That's my girl.
I know, R.I.P. to a legend.
Damn.
So she ends up going there. He leaves the next day because he gets a job opportunity in they're in Tokyo, and he gets a job opportunity in Osaka, I think.
Sick.
So he leaves. He goes, "I'm going to be gone indefinitely," and she's like, "But you wanted me to come." He's like, "I never asked you to come.
Damn.
You just came on your own volition." It's freaking kicks her to the curb after just beating those guts up the night before.
Damn.
Just
Typical
out,
man, bro.
Just runs out, dude. Guys, man. Clean your shit
Typical
up, dude.
man.
Who would do that to Brittany Murphy? And
An asshole, that's who.
That's seriously. So then she's lonely. She has this job to where she doesn't really do anything because she doesn't really speak or read or write Japanese. So she just sits at a desk all day. Just
Sounds
being
like Lost
bored.
in Translation.
Very much like it. And then she ends up going to this ramen shop, eats the soup. It's delicious. Falls in love with it. Keeps going back every single day. And then asks to get trained. She asked the owner to train her in how to make ramen.
Damn. Brittany Murphy became a ramen girl.
And then she became a ramen girl, bro.
Oh.
She gets a final test after trials and tribulations. The OG ramen master comes through and he has to sign off on your ramen.
Yeah.
And even though he eats the whole bowl, he tells her that she needs work. She needs to learn patience and all this other shit. Classic American understanding of Japanese philosophy. And then she leaves, moves back to New York, opens up a ramen shop called the
Damn,
Ramen
she
Girl.
took that bastardized version
Yeah.
of ramen.
That's how
She
does
said,
it.
nah, I'm just going to go do it myself
Exactly.
in New York.
But it's pretty good. I think I watched it on Tubi.
Tubi, it was a free movie?
It was a free movie. So
How many
I watched
advertisements?
They only do 2 during the whole movie.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they do 2, and then they're about. I think the first one's like 4 minutes, second one's like 2 minutes.
Bro, Amazon Prime be on some bullshit with their ads.
Dude,
Kicking it to the Hulu curb.
those guys are. That guy rakes in billions, and he's just like, hey, $2 extra, you don't get a month, you don't get ads. I'm like, why?
Fuck those fools. I refuse.
Yeah,
I
we're just trying it out. That's what they said.
I even fucking unsubscribed to Prime because like the whole Prime as a whole because I don't really benefit that much from it. I pay $100 something a year, maybe more than that now. But I'm like, I buy certain things off Amazon, but now I'd rather go to Target because fuck those fools. I had one issue with returning something, and I canceled my fucking membership after that. And I was like, I don't even watch Prime.
Yeah, I canceled my membership because I kept getting a phantom charge from them.
What the hell?
And I kept calling my bank, and one lady answered my bank, and she was like, I used to work at Amazon Prime. If this is your this is clearly your fault, not their fault. And I'm like, now I've called them multiple times. They don't know why there's
this is
$11.
clear. You can't place blame in
Yeah.
that. What the fuck?
Although they don't know why there's $11 coming out of my account like every month or whatever.
Yeah.
She's like, you must have a forgotten subscribe and save. Called Amazon multiple times. They couldn't find any subscribe and saves. Finally, I called them like, hey, dude, like I just got a new card again. You guys just charged my card. I have no idea how.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oh, you have a subscription to Amazon UK. And I was like, what?
What the fuck?
And he goes, yeah, you that's why it's $9.99. It's £9 a month, and it turns out to be $11.14.
What the hell?
And I was like, why the hell would I have a subscription to Amazon UK? He goes, I don't know. You've had one for the last year. And I'm like, well, can I get a refund? And they're like, no. And
What
I'm just
the
like,
fuck?
dude, I clearly don't live in the UK.
Yeah.
Why the hell would I have one? And they're like, oh, you might have ordered something off of it.
You're like, right, can you cancel the subscription in, you fucking wanker?
And I was like, all right, cool, man. And then after that, they're like, well, do you want to restart your thing? And I go, no.
No, fuck you people.
But
Who's your bank, by the way? So I know not to bank with them either.
Noble.
I don't even know who those
They're
are.
ridiculous. They're just a credit union, which is weird because they were a really good credit union and they got bought by this credit union company in Texas and now they're shit.
Yeah, typically how it goes.
How it goes, man. But but that's what I've been up to. Other than that, yeah, just hanging out with the kids. Haven't really done anything else.
Yeah. Chill weeks.
Chill weeks.
Holiday season's approaching us.
We survived Halloween. Survived Halloween, and now we're getting prepped for. Oh yeah, we got a new oven, so that's kind of nice.
You gotta do what?
A new oven.
You got a new oven, dude? That's big news.
Yeah, it was breaking.
Oh shit!
It wasn't keeping temp, and then also every so often the coils would go out
on the burners.
Just on the burners would go out.
Damn.
So our
you guys can't put a gas
like,
oven. Or they
I
switched
wish
it up?
I wish it was a gas oven.
I
He
fucking
put this
hate-
induction glass top.
Oh no!
And,
Honestly, though, those are all right. I used them a couple times, but you can't
get
saute.
fancy with it.
Yeah, you can't saute.
You can't get fancy with it. So, and then plus we have a ton of most of our stuff is cast iron. You just can't really use cast iron on that thing.
Oh, fucking crack it.
Crack it. So we had to buy new stainless steel pots. So
Bro,
that's
where'd
what
you
we're
get them? I'm
doing.
telling you, go to Marshall's.
We went to. I should have went to Marshall's. I went to
Don't pay for those things.
Costco.
Oh, Costco's fun.
Yeah,
Viking
I paid like $120 or $130
for a set
for some Hinkles.
Oh, nice.
So they weren't.
That's
too
not bad at all.
So yeah. So
Almost.
anyway,
That sounds fucking tight.
it's been cool though. You want to do the Reddit question of the week?
Oh yeah, what's the Reddit question of the week?
Reddit question of the week is craziest work experience while on shift.
Oh,
Craziest thing
fuck.
that happened to you.
God damn, you hit me with a fucking banger like that, dude. I can't even.
Just something that just whatever pops in your head first.
I guess the one of the ones that always stands out in my head was when the cops got called at the fine dining restaurant that I was at. I'm at a
No way.
three Michelin star restaurant. We had to call the cops on some guests.
No way.
Yeah, dude, this shit was wild. The hell the police showed up. Let me tell you, those motherfuckers will show up when you're in an establishment with some connections. Yeah, we had these two fucking pricks come in, and they came in and you could tell they were really drunk, and we served them alcohol, and even I was like, I don't think we should be serving him anymore. But the GM at the time, this AGM at the time, was like, no, it's fine, and I was like, why don't people listen?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't understand what they said to you that make them think they're all right, but I could tell they're getting belligerent.
Yeah.
And so they're like, can we move into the dining room? And then she was just like, oh, I guess so. Yeah, that's fine. And so we moved them out of the front, which was just like at the salon, and then moved them into the dining room. And these fools just proceeded to get fucking blitzed. And they start yelling at each other, and they're just like having douchebag conversations, like a straight up like I think you should leave, like Tim Robinson skit. And, you know, fucking sloppy steaks with the fucking pushback hair, slick back hair. And they're like yelling. And then finally everyone's like, dude, like complaining. Like, they're like, can you tell these people to shut the fuck up? And so the AGM has to go back out there. And she's like, gentlemen, can you keep it down, please? You're ruining other people's experience. And they're like, fuck them. Fuck these people. Fuck. And she's like, gentlemen, I can't have you talking like that. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And they're like, fuck you, you fucking bitch. And then one stood up. And then the whole restaurant, like all the employees, like we were like, let's fucking go. Because, I mean, dude, the lead som is a purple belt in BJJ.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm there with the fucking martial art, Muay Thai, and fucking BJJ experience too. And then some other fools are just straight savages. And I was like, oh shit, it's about to go down in this motherfucker. You should see it. It was funny because even like I had two guests that saw me. I didn't know they saw me. But they're like, oh, I remember that night when shit was about to pop off and we saw you put your glasses, fold them up nicely, and I opened up the credenza where we do service out of, and I slipped those bad boys in and I closed the drawer, and they're like, we thought shit was gonna go down, and I was like, I was ready to beat some ass, dude. And so when he stood up, and she was just like, she de-escalated. She's really good at word judo. And then, but when that fool stood up, somebody called the cops. Mm-hmm. And so like 8 police walked in, and they're like, which table? And then it disrupted all these different guests. So they had to comp like half the dining room's fucking dinner tabs, which is in the thousands per table. And so it was a whole shit show. And then so they were like, get the fuck out, let's go. And they're like, I'm not finished eating. He goes, oh, yes, you are. And they're like, don't make this worse than it needs to be. And then one dude kept putting his hands in his pockets, and he's like, keep your hands out of your pockets, sir. Yeah, all fucking drunk. And then he's like, I have a question. One of these dudes, oh, I have a question for you. And he's like, shoot. He's like, where were you when I was robbed in Oakland? He's like, he's telling the cop all mad. He's like, I was stopped at a red light and someone came up with a gun and stole my shit. And the cop goes, sir, I can't control the past.
Sir,
I was like, fuck, that was pretty good.
I'm not from Oakland.
Exactly. He's like, we're in San Francisco right now.
That's hilarious.
And dude, those motherfuckers, it was crazy. I was like, dude, I've never seen somebody act such a fool in such a nice establishment. They were just like some tech bros. Mm-hmm. Way too much money and way too much fucking ego. And I was just like, dude, I want to beat these shit out of these people. And I was just like, how dare you come in here and act a fool like that? But with that many police to just escort them out, and all they did was send them down. They said, you just got to leave. And they went down to the bar and proceeded to fucking make a ruckus down at that bar. And one of my coworkers who was there tried to fight them. And then he got in trouble from the fucking owner of that because they looked at the footage and was like, oh, we know where he's from. And then it ended up being a whole thing, and they had to write him up for that. And I was like, see, shit, you gotta just put him down. Bah, bah, just fucking leave. So yeah, that shit was crazy though.
That sucks, dude. That's funny though.
That was one of those ones that just really stands out. You're just like, damn, we have 8 cops in this place right now. People that were there were just like, what's happening? Oh my God, what's happening? But that shit was hella funny. I was like, fuck, this is crazy.
That's hella crazy.
Yeah. And then that's not even the bad. The other time I was like, somebody robbed our dishwasher. No way. Yeah, dude, punched him in the fucking face. So I fucking squared up on that fool out on the street, and my GM was standing there. He's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, this motherfucker trying to rob Mario. And the guy was like, no, papi, no, papi, no, papi. And I was like, fuck you, bro. And then he was like, dude, get the fuck inside. Yeah, a lot of shit went down on that street.
Well, it's at this weird intersection.
It's
right?
weird.
Like,
Degenerates to fine dining.
North Beach, like... You have like the strip clubs right around the corner. You have know Chinatown's it's like the end of Chinatown, like stops right there. It's just like all mashes
together.
Stew of fucking like
degeneracy.
Yeah, dude. And then like that was weird because I'd never really walked down that street. Uh-huh. But when we walked up and over, I looked around like, oh damn, I've been on the street a ton of
Yep,
times. I've
yep.
been there. I've been there. I've eaten at that restaurant. I've been there. I go, I never even clicked that this was like right here because
Right.
it's like this little. It's
a little
like
corner.
a little slice of freaking
a little corner.
SoCal, like high end, like LA.
For sure.
Just dropped right in
For
the middle
sure.
of freaking
Blankets outside.
Yeah, like dropped right in the middle of San Francisco.
Exactly what
And then you walk in like we're walking up, and I looked over and there's just like drunk girls like leaving
Yep.
one bar trying to get to the North Beach bar.
Yep.
And I'm just like, what is happening?
Stumbling
right
over
there?
each other to
this
go to
is
Monroe.
a 3-star Michelin restaurant right here, and you guys are like,
Oh my
cheeks out,
God,
freaking-
Stacy.
Yeah, just like falling all over each other because you
Dude.
don't know how to walk in heels on an incline.
There was a strip club on the same block. You walked up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
It was called the Centerfolds, and they have advertisements for a thing called Fuck Truck Fridays. I shit you not. Right around the corner. I mean, without trying to go into too much detail, imagine an RC car.
Yeah.
And then some kind of apparatus attached to said RC car that you can drive from the crowd perspective and use it. Thus began Fuck Truck Fridays.
That's wild.
It was crazy, bro. I've never actually been. I say that, but I honestly, I was just curious.
It's curious.
I would have like to popped in, you know,
Just for the experience.
just for the experience, just to
Just a
say
life
I've seen
experience.
Fuck Truck Fridays.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was around the corner. We were just like, what is happening? It was weird. It's a weird combination of things, but grade A real estate for degeneracy, really.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah. it
Yeah,
was
no,
an
just all
interesting
those
time.
little, there's like all these little cultures that were just clashing.
Yeah, and then we go get sandwiches from Molinari's down the street before service. Like that shit was tight. Like I loved it. It was super awesome. I mean, that's why I stayed for 3 fucking years.
Good lord, sir.
Yeah, it was cool. I had a good time.
Solidified the
A little,
3-star.
little too good of a time.
Too good of a time. Nothing wrong with that though.
Yeah,
It's always good to enjoy your work.
I did enjoy it
There's
for a
definitely
bit.
places I've worked at and they just have not been enjoyable at all.
Nah, for sure. I'm realizing that, you know, as I get older too, like, I don't know how it's going to be when I segue into industries, but like, yeah, now it's just like, if it's a downer, I'm out. Like, that's why the last job I just like, I'm good. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, fuck, I need money.
Yeah. Well, especially in this industry too, because it's fairly easy to find another gig,
Yes, yeah.
you know?
Hospitality in general.
Hospitality in general is very easy to.
It's hard to find
jump.
good people.
It's hard to find good people, and if you're a good employee, like they have to.
Yeah.
I remember I was working at a spot, and I was leaving to go being an assistant manager at this one restaurant, and they were paying me fucking nothing. They were
Ugh.
paying me more than the spot I was previously. at.
Yeah.
And I think I was getting paid like $12.50 or $13.50 an hour. It was,
In
head
the
bartender
Valley?
in Central Valley.
Uh-huh.
I think it was like $12.50. And this place was like, yeah, we'll give you $14.50. I'm like, hell yeah, fucking $3 It was $14.50, and I ended up managing that restaurant for fucking a year.
Damn.
Yeah, for $14.50. So stupid.
Were you hourly or did they
I
set
was
you
hourly.
salary? Oh, at least they set you
I was
hourly.
hourly, but then they were like, you do not do overtime. So I got to the point where I was just like, I gotta go, and they're like, what? And I'm like, you guys said no overtime,
No
bro.
OT?
I was like, so I gotta leave. Like, I'm here 8 hours a day,
Yep.
5 days a week.
Yep.
Sorry.
Mhm.
And then I think I got into overtime twice, and they're just like, what are you doing? I go,
You can't do that.
like, restaurants take 60 hours to run, bro, a week at least.
Fuck.
At least.
At least.
Like 80 is like the average. Like,
Right, knowing
you
the
guys
ins
need
and
to fucking
outs
Calm down, yeah.
constantly
But
flows.
people just don't understand that shit.
Yeah.
But right before I left, the owner was like, I'll give you $18.50 an hour to run the restaurant. I'm just like, too late, bro.
$18 to run a
Yeah.
restaurant. Ugh.
No, that's too late. And paid. He's like, I'll pay for your vacation. Anywhere you guys want to go, I'll just pay for it. I was like, it's too late, man. Like, literally, my last day of work is today, and you're fucking throwing this at
And
me.
then he
Like,
goes
when
at-
the hell was that? Like,
Fuck
what the hell
that
was this
fool,
2 weeks
bro.
ago? Or
That desperate
I
of
gave
a
him
temp.
I gave him a 3 week. I gave him 3 weeks. I was like, hey, I'll give you 3 weeks so we could train new people, because it was a weird thing that all the bartenders were leaving at once. Like,
Yeah.
2 bartenders were going to one restaurant, and then I got hired at this other restaurant to run it. So they just left. They're just like, we're leaving.
Mm-hmm.
He even offered them to stay. He was like focused on me. He was like, you got to stay. And I was like, sorry, man. Like they were gone. I was there like 2 more weeks. They were gone the first week of my 3-week.
Yeah.
And then I was there 2 more weeks training all the new people.
Yeah.
But yeah, that restaurant was never the same. Their bartenders they got in there were kind of shitty.
Yeah.
They thought they were better than they were, which is unfortunate. But that's most bartenders.
Which is typical.
Yeah,
I'm the
typical
opposite, bro. I
bartenders.
got mad fucking what's that shit?
Imposter syndrome.
I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
No,
and then I'm like,
thing.
oh right. You just go like this, huh? It's just all right ratios.
Oh, dude, I freaking freeze up sometimes. People ask me how to make something. I'll be like, I don't know.
I don't fucking know, dude.
I don't know why the fuck
ask
I got
me.
this job.
Yeah.
Long Island? I don't know. It's a half an ounce of everything. I don't know if I can throw some. Yeah.
Some blue carousel.
Yeah.
You got yourself an adios,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. So it's just it's definitely a lot of imposter syndrome when I go to a new spot too.
Yeah.
Kinda
I'm like,
shitty.
fuck now. Oh, so what's the craziest story you got for your Reddit question of the week?
Fuck.
Think about it, because
There's
I
a
gotta
lot
pee.
of them.
Think
All right.
I'll simmer on a decent one. I gotta go pee. It's all right. So what's your wildest story? Hey,
Oh, shit,
babe,
there's a few.
take a walk on the wild side.
I have a few and all. I think the one that pops out first. So I worked at this place called Thai Palms. It was my first bartending gig in
Thai
Fresno.
Palms?
Thai Palms. It was off of Palm and Knees.
Uh,
And it was this Thai restaurant. And it was fucking so stupid. It was like some 27-year-old dude who's running it, his parents' restaurant. It's fucking completely insane all the time. We had a bunch of car dealers in there all the time from the local casinos, and
Thai.
those dudes drink.
Thai.
If it hadn't been for them, we would have been closed because in 2008, literally a month after they opened, I'd say like the second week I was working, the housing crash hit. I think.
Damn.
Just
That was a
fucking
rough
everything
time
was
in the
ruined,
Valley.
dude.
That was a rough time.
Oh, dude, it's fucking people lost their
Everywhere,
houses,
everywhere,
people
yeah.
fucking lost their jobs, people lost their pensions.
Yeah, that's fucked
But
up.
there's two things that don't ever waver during recessions or are really hard recessions or depressions: is drinking
Entertainment.
and gambling.
Oh. That's kinda like
People
qualifies.
just gamble. Yeah, entertainment pretty much in general, but gambling is a big thing. So like we'd have these car dealers come
Because it's an
through.
addiction.
Because it's an addiction. And then plus two people were like, I can take this $500 I need for rent and I could double it.
Fuck.
And the next thing you know, they're
And then
down
give
like
it to
10
someone else.
Yeah, then they're down like 10 grand.
Yeah,
and fucking
exactly.
Homeless.
Yeah. That's how my friend spent his mom spent all of her retirement that
Yeah.
way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ended up in the hole, actually.
I've heard lots of people who do that. They'll retire and they'll just take the whole retirement check and just move into the casino. And the next thing they're like, yeah, I've heard multiple stories. They're like, yeah, my mom moved in with me and this and that because she doesn't have any more money.
Yeah. She
'Cause
spends it
just
all.
wanted to go gamble. It's like, oh, what's a
Yeah.
couple pennies here and there? And next thing you know, they're dropping
Chasing
like
the dragon.
$100 a day.
Yeah,
you
because she
know.
lost hell of it. And then she's like, I was trying to make it back, so I kept taking out of the pension account. And then next thing I knew, all the penalties caught up with me, and I lost
Yeah.
everything. And I was like, God
Yeah.
damn,
Nope.
bro.
It's tale as old as time.
Oof.
Song as old as rhyme.
Fuck.
So anyway, those fuckers drink. They get wild.
Damn.
There's a ton. I have a ton of stories from working just there. That's probably my longest bar job when I was living in. I was there for like a year and a half.
Damn.
That was one of the longest bar jobs I worked at, and I was there everywhere for like a year and a half, pretty much. Anyway, so grand opening, fucking, just absolute insanity. Just drinks. I was working at another spot. I was just leaving the post office because I'd gotten a job at the post office in between. And
Sick.
I told that to Eric. Eric's like, "Fuck, where haven't you worked?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know."
For real, though, dude.
I've done everything.
NASA.
And it's the way it happens, man. I do things that don't pay me well, but they're interesting.
Yeah, I do enjoy that, too.
And
It gives you well-roundedness.
yeah. And
I worked at a froyo shop for a year.
Oh,
one
yeah?
time. That was in college.
I love Froyo, dude.
It was good.
I bet.
I'll tell you, the coworkers were better though.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also worked at a pot pie shop. It was connected. It was the same business.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a clusterfuck. It was just
Jesus.
a Chinese family ran. And I was like,
Bet.
bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, that sounds
He's like, I
fun.
bought more lettuce. And I was like, we haven't sold the lettuce you bought from the last time. He's like, well, so do we need more? And I was like, you're just blowing your money, my guy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how many people don't understand the concept of that, of running business. I don't know.
For
It
sure.
just seems natural. I don't know. Numbers.
Oh, yeah. No, there's running reports, like figuring out exactly how much money you have. Dude, I worked at this one spot one time, and it was the eve of opening, and he hadn't named a restaurant lead yet. It wasn't even a manager.
Oof.
He was just like, oh, hey, like, you know, I'm the owner. Super nice guy, Daniel.
That's me.
And Danny. He's like, call me Danny.
Call me Danny.
And
baby.
He hired all these servers. It was a wine spot, and we went in and we went with all the training and stuff, and we talked with them and everything, and went through all this, you know, tastings and went through the menu and stuff. And he hadn't picked a manager yet, like a server manager yet.
Yeah,
a front of house lead. And he was like, I can't remember what the fuck he told it, because I think he gave me like a quarter, a rate, like more than everybody else.
Yeah.
But he was like,
So
oh, yeah.
therefore-
So I talked to the head chef, and he said, he approached me before he told everybody. He goes, and he said the only person he'd be willing to work with is you.
Damn.
Because, you know, classic like chef, diva chef.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool, man. Because he's like, yeah, he said it sounds like you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So they make the announcement. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, you know, Saul, this and that. I'm like, cool, man.
Yay.
And
More
then they're leaving.
responsibility.
Yeah, it's fucking a quarter for fucking running the restaurant. And
Dude,
I was
they
making
got
like
you, right?
$10.75 at that fucking spot, or $10.50.
The year was 1922.
Yeah, seriously. You would think. It's 2011.
Fuck.
And I walked over and I looked at Danny. I go, hey, man, so where's all you guys' reports and everything? Like, where do we fill out? And he was like, what? And I go, you guys don't have any register reports? You guys don't have any sales reports? You guys don't have any,
God damn.
P&Ls? You guys don't have, like, inventory for the kitchen? You don't have, like...
He's like, nah, I thought we just wing it.
And he was just like, no. Dude, this was the day before we soft opened.
What the fuck,
The day before we soft opened. And I'm like, oh, it's like 9 o'clock at night.
You're
I'm
like, I gotta go.
Oh, okay. He goes, yeah, so you guys want to stay and have some wine? I'm like, no, I gotta go home. And he was like, what? I gotta go home. He was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. And he kind of like had a worried look in his face, like, why is this
He's
guy
like, why did
leaving?
I hire
I
him?
just like promoted him. Went home, dude. Spent like 10 hours straight putting everything together.
Good
Fucking
God.
Lists, getting us ready for the whole year, like doing all this thing, like different types of sheets.
That motherfucker didn't deserve that, bro.
This is before you get to download everything off the fucking internet.
Right. See you over here looking up the fucking
Over
texts.
here looking up text and shit and like fucking.
How do you
punching
write a
everything
profit
out,
and loss
this and that.
statement?
Yeah, and just doing all this shit for him. Came in with a freaking it on a zip drive, and I go, here.
Sick.
I go, this is everything on the zip drive. I go, copy it onto your computer. Copy it onto your daughter's computer because she's supposedly helping us with the books. I go, copy it on. I was like, give one to the kitchen manager, and then I already have one at home on my laptop.
Yeah.
Which actually might have been. Nope, it was the previous Surface. 'Cause I had a Surface for before.
Oh, sick.
And everything was on there. So anyway, no, I bought a new laptop. I was like, I bought a new laptop. It's on there. He was like, how much is your laptop? I was like, it's like $700. So he like literally pulled a wad of cash out and gave me like $300.
Jesus
He goes,
Christ.
here you go for your laptop. So you can be using it for work. So I was like,
Sick.
shit, sweet.
Cool.
Also, don't do shit like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to put that into petty cash, which is
Yeah.
this form right here.
Yeah, fuck.
So anyway,
You're like, take it back. Okay.
yeah. So I go after this, start doing that shit.
Fuck.
So yeah. So and I didn't sleep like all fucking night, dude. And then we ran that place, and it was good. We actually weren't losing a lot of money. I think with payroll too. I think we're only losing like $400 to $600. No, I think it was like about $800 to $1,000 a month we're losing.
Damn.
So like, which sounds fucking tragic,
But
when you're really like
Yeah.
to a regular person who's never worked in the industry, like, damn, I'm losing $1,000 a month. Like, I'm negative 1,000. I'm in the red 1,000 a month. Like, fuck this, I would close. It's like, no, like usually when you open up a restaurant, you're in a negative thousands of dollars a month.
Yeah.
But because we're able to do all this stuff, and he had a pretty good, kitchen manager, and he had me, and then watching costs and stuff, we would have easily made it up because we had a full liquor license, but I wanted to establish us as a wine bar, and he wanted to be known as a wine bar.
Okay.
And like, I was like, we can't do hard liquor.
Damn.
I go, we can't do hard liquor for at least the first 6 months. I go, it's going to hurt us because we could easily make all that money up in that first 6 months.
Yeah.
And I go, you could probably turn a profit after a year.
Yeah.
And I go, because it's the Towers, a drinking district. I go, but if you really want to be taken seriously as a wine bar, we can't do hard liquor. And I go, in the first 6 months is going to be hard because you're going to get a lot of the local drunks that come through. No pun intended.
Hey, that's us. Hey.
But a lot of the local
You got
tower
any
drunks
liquor,
that
you
come
son of a
through
bitch?
and be like, I'll take a whiskey
And the Tower
and
District,
Coke.
yeah,
And
the
you're just
Tower.
like, sorry, bro, we only do wine.
Yeah.
Dude, I got cussed out so many times. I'm just
kind
like,
of
this
shit
is
is this?
why we don't serve hard liquor,
You
dude.
damn
'Cause
liberals.
You guys are drunk. You guys are drunk. Like,
yeah.
go over somewhere else.
Roll over into the next place.
And then you get drunk there. Like, sorry, we could do wine, and that's it.
Damn, that's
and then
hard.
after like the 6 months mark, I was like, okay, we got to start doing hard liquor. And he goes, you ready? You sure? He's like, are you sure? And I go, we can be making a lot more money.
Yeah.
And as soon as we did that, and then we started doing music. And also it was on term too, because he like really wanted to do music like 3 nights a week. I'm like, dude, that's too much. Like, we're giving these guys like $300 each pop.
Damn.
I go, and that's just, we're already $300 in the negative. You got to think about it that way.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing hard liquor. That helped us out a little bit, but because he was booking so much music and so many events, so many DJs, stuff like that, it just, we were barely breaking even. And I'm like, dude, we should be in the black.
Yeah.
He was doing like open mic nights, like 2 nights a week, and then booking 3 bands each night. So I was like, dude, if you want to be a record label, you should just open up a record label.
Yeah, seriously.
And so it's just super fucking crazy. But that was my crazy story, though. That is a crazy story, though.
That sounds pretty fucking chaotic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as violent as mine.
No, so I'm sitting here at this bar, and I show up after my work. I get on my work shift early. I come in. It's like 11 o'clock at night. We close at midnight. I get in. Izzy, the other bartender, who was the bar lead at the time, who ended up becoming a bar manager for like 4 months, and I would replace him after that because he was horrible. Story tells all the time, bro.
Yeah.
And he fucking was drunk as shit. Eyes were fucking floating. He was wearing like a tie, and his tie was all loose. And he's like, "Oh yeah, fucking, you come to work?" And like, "What's up, man? You want something to drink?" I go, So I pull up my sleeves, jump in, start fucking bartending.
Jesus.
Off the clock, of course, because the mom and pop. It's like,
fuck that.
Right off the clock. Fucking, he's drunk. The other guy he brought in is drunk. House full of freaking car dealers. Fucking drunk as shit. I see some girl, she's yelling at us. I'm like, you're cut off. Like, you can't have any more. She's like, 86. Blah, blah, blah.
Get out of here.
And then she vanishes. I probably show up like 10:30. I'm bartending for an hour, and I was like, it's last call. And then my boss Dave was like, we could run a little bit longer. I go, dude, do you want to lose your license, bro?
Yeah.
It's last call. It was like 11:30, last call.
Yeah.
We got to 11:45. We stopped serving.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, come on, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, we stopped fucking serving.
Yeah.
I'm the only fucking sober person here.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. We just opened.
Damn.
This and that. Next thing you know, what the fuck was his name? Was it Craig? No. I think it was Craig. He comes up, he goes, dude, someone's passed out in the bathroom. And I go, fuck. I go, what do you mean? He goes, someone's passed out in the bathroom.
Oh, no.
So I start heading down the bathroom, fucking C's part, because it's like the 2 biggest dudes in the room, 2 of the biggest dudes in the room. Start walking down here. And I walk over, and I go in the bathroom, and that girl I'd cut off was sitting on the floor with her dress down around her shoulders.
What the hell?
No bra on, just boobs out.
What the hell?
And I was like, what the fuck? And then her friend's like, I think she's drunk. And I'm like, you think she's drunk? She's passed out. And she's like, I'm not drunk. I just need someone to carry me to my car.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
dude.
I was like, I look at him and then I go, you gotta find, she was like, $100 to whoever carries my car. She pulls out 100.
No shit.
And he looks at me and he goes,
I would have been the
go,
bodyguard, bro.
Fucking do it, dude. So he goes over there, throws her dress on her.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Fucking throws him over his shoulder, grabs the 100, puts it in his pocket, starts
Yes.
walking out. I go, hey man, just be careful. He goes, what? Turns? And smashes right into the wall, right into the fucking the door beam, the door frame, smashes right into it. She's like, ugh! And I'm like, holy shit, dude, I think she's dead. He goes, oh, I go, just keep walking.
Just goes limp.
Christ. And she's like, ah. She's just saying, ah, the whole time he's walking through. He gets her outside. I'm like, we're fucking done. We're fucking dragging you, dude. There's people passed out, people puking outside.
Oh
it was
my
fucking
God,
crazy.
dude.
I was like, we're fucking done. Oh, you guys gotta fucking leave. Close out your
Jesus.
fucking tabs. Dude, found out that Izzy, like, didn't keep half tabs for like half the people there because he knew them all. So he's just like, "I'll start you a tab." Dude, we burned through so much fucking booze. We had like no money to till. I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah, fuck.
Dude, like after the fourth time of that, like they were like, "You're no longer
the
manager,
fourth
dude."
time.
Dude, we did this thing. We did this comedy night with the local DJ, and he hosted it.
Yeah,
and we burned through like 10 bottles of Goose.
Shit.
You're like, cool, $5,000, $8,000 night probably on top of all the other bottles we burned through. Dude, we did like $3,200 in sales. And I'm like, that's it?
Fuck no.
I go, that's it? That's all we did? And he's like, yeah. I go, dude, just think about it. I go, there's fucking like, they're liter bottles.
Yeah.
And each drink is 1.5 ounces. So you're probably getting, like 16 drinks out of each one. I go,
not when you're drinking them.
and fucking, we're charging $10 a drink. And we went through 10 bottles. I was like, we should have $1,000 just in Grey Goose sales.
Yeah. And
we looked up, we only had like $350 in Grey Goose sales. And I was like,
bitch,
dude, that barely covers our cost. And then after that was like the last straw. And
yeah.
then he was like, hey, you're not bar manager anymore. Like, so I was gonna be bar manager.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, and like we would hook up. We would hook people up.
For sure.
But because that was our bread and butter because they were supporting us. But
yeah.
there's the point to where like I think I stopped taking a paycheck there.
God damn,
bro. Only living off of tips. It was mom and pop, dude. Like the parents are super cool.
Yeah.
Like, super nice. The mom was in the kitchen cooking fucking all day and night. Like
That's
there
cool.
from like 10 a.m. to fucking like 1 a.m.
Jesus.
And I'm like, dude, like I was working my ass off. The sister had moved down from San Francisco to help out. She was working her ass off. I'm like, damn. Like, we all got to pitch in. But I was taking my tips because I was getting tipped a lot.
Yeah.
And then half of it I was lifting off, and the other half I was buying booze for us because we were late on bills.
Jesus Christ.
So it was like, oh, that was fucking mess. But yeah, that was one of the wild. There's so many fucking wild nights there. But that was a wild one. There's a one with this dude named Fernie tried to fight the whole fucking bar. That shit was crazy.
Hell
and
yeah.
then Jimmy, he asked for a drink. I'm like, you good, Jimmy? He goes, yeah, I'm good. He goes, I'll take and he got some drink. He fucking downs it. It's through the straw one go.
Damn.
And I'm like, good Lord. And he goes, can I have another one? I go, no.
Yeah.
I go, you got to wait 5 minutes, bro, because you don't drink like that usually. And I turn around and I hear this, ew.
Oh, no.
Half the bar. And I turned back and he had filled that whole cup up with vomit.
Oh.
He goes, can I get another one now? And I'm like, no. That'll be $20.
Like, I filled it back up.
Get the fuck out of my bar. And I grabbed my towel, grabbed it, and threw it away. People, you touched it? I go, yeah, I had a towel, dude. I grabbed it and threw it away. I'm like, $20. He goes, all right, I can't believe you're kicking me out, bro. I'm like, dude, you're fucking drunk.
Jesus, you just threw up in a glass.
I call in the glass, filled the thing up to the brim.
Oh,
Didn't even
no.
spill. It was perfect.
Damn.
I was very
Surface
impressed.
tension.
Dude. Very impressed. Anyway, yeah, that bar was crazy.
Fuck
and then,
that.
that's not even talking about all the shit I got into when I worked at that fucking gang member bar. Anyway.
Oh, hell
But
yeah.
we'll revisit this question every so often.
This is a good one.
Anyway,
Yeah,
but yeah,
about some things.
I'm glad you like that one, the story.
That's fucking brutal.
Yeah, dude.
God damn it, Jimmy. Get your shit together.
Yeah. I don't know where the fuck that guy's at now.
I'm going to say probably dead.
Probably dead. Anyway. All right, let's get into the
10 o'clock, yeah.
News. Hilarious. I think we're going to do one today. Fuck.
Yeah, it's going to be a long one, huh?
Yeah. Now into the news.
All right. So, topics of discussion for this time. MGP decreases production. So, they are a major American whiskey producer based in Indiana. A lot of people source their whiskey or have sourced their whiskey from them, right? Mm-hmm. So, they are slowing production in response to the softening of the market. They're known for producing brands such as Ross and Squibb, but never had it, and Remus Bourbon. Those are the in brands. Those are the actual brands that they have to serve. I'm imagining. I'm not sure.
Probably, yeah.
Like I know because most of it's sourced, right? They're just sourced whiskey. So, in other words, there's less demand for American whiskey. There is already a massive amount of it aging in warehouses, particularly in states like Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana. This follows a profit warning issued by the company last month, which forecasted annual sales dropping from about $750 million to $700 million, so $50 million decrease in share. And then the share price dropped about $1 as well.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked. American whiskey market is facing several challenges, including declining demand, high barrel inventories, and competition from agave spirits. This is the first year that 2023 is the first year that agave outsold whiskey.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's pretty
You can
fucking
thank
wild.
The Rock for that.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Rock.
Terramana.
You can thank George Clooney.
Get some Terramana in your face.
You can thank Bryan Cranston.
You can thank what's his name? All right.
What is his line?
He does like a mezcal or something like that.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
He's
him
like
and his wife.
mezcals. I get older, they stay smoky. All right. The whiskey market is facing several challenges. We talked about that. The other one that was damaging is the tariffs imposed by the EU on American whiskey.
Of course.
Also negatively impact the industry. And now that Trump is coming back into office, there's a good chance that those tariffs can rise a staggering 50% next year, which would be devastating to the craft industry and real hardship on the legacy distillers and in turn the consumers. Most tariffs always end up falling on consumers. Do not forget that, my friends.
Yeah, no, and people
We'll
don't
be paying the cost.
understand too is that tariffs never really go away.
No.
They never repeal tariffs. Like once they put a tariff in, consumers just learn to live with paying extra.
Yeah, which is what we're
And they
fucking
just
doing
always-
now.
And they never go away. So it's like they never benefit anyone other than the
Person imposing it,
person imposing it pretty much.
making anything extra off of
Yeah.
that. So yeah, we'll see how this fucking goes. And then another reason the MGP is slowing down is because there's an increased number of brands sourcing whiskey instead of just distilling it themselves, contributing to market saturation. Sourcing has been a long time, but there's a lot more people producing. With that said, more options for brands looking to source from contract distill. MGP used to be the only one in the game, but there's other places like Bardstown Bourbon Company now. They got this vocal fry going on here, and other whiskey brands as well. They are navigating for these challenges, slowing down production and concentrating on its own branded spirits. So they're hoping that it can lead to some financial stability and continued profitability. So yeah, pretty fucked.
That sounds phenomenal.
Yeah, I can't wait. Boy, it's going to be a great 4 years.
The 4 years and then also the extra 8 that's going to take to recover.
And then fuck, who knows if it'll ever happen.
Yeah.
It's anything like Reaganomics, we'll still be fucking paying for it, right?
Jesus. Yeah, very true.
You want to take away Texas, brother?
So Texas' first Michelin guide released.
I did not know this happened.
I didn't know this happened either. I kind of thought that they would already because of Dallas and Austin and all the other
But
places.
now they finally did it.
Yeah, they finally got one. Michelin Guide has expanded to Texas with 15 restaurants receiving 1 Michelin star in the state's first ever guide.
Sick.
Notably, 4 of these Michelin-starred restaurants are barbecue joints, of course.
Of course. Why not?
Yeah, shit, why
Have
not?
to be.
That's what it's known for.
For
People are like,
sure.
think about Tex food, and they'd be like, Tex-Mex,
Tex-
and then you just beat them to death. No, they'd say barbecue. Franklin probably,
Barbecue.
like the other ones. Marking the first time American-style barbecue has been recognized by Michelin. This could
Sick.
indicate a shift in Michelin's criteria, potentially expanding the definition of what qualifies for a Michelin star. If they ever told us what the fuck it actually qualifies to be a Michelin star,
I think it's
we
just,
don't really know.
Yeah.
It's the
part of the beauty of
basis. The basis is that everyone I think really agrees on. We talked about this in episode 4. If you want to go back to our Michelin star Hangover,
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be quality for money.
Yeah, for sure.
So and then true to form.
Yeah.
Are like the 2 things that people know for sure.
Yeah.
So if you're saying, hey, I'm doing Texas style barbecue in this fashion, doing this thing, and then it's quality for the money, you will probably get a Michelin star.
Yeah. I would like to see what a Michelin barbecue restaurant is like.
Oh, for sure. Michelin Guide inspectors are impressed with the variety of cuisine across Texas, highlighting the state's unique flavors, including barbecue, Tex-Mex. Good Lord. Get over yourself, Michelin. You go and you get a taco, they give it to you in a really large flour tortilla. You know that shit?
What?
They don't really do corn tortillas in
Tex-Mex?
fucking Tex-Mex, yeah.
They don't.
It's all
the,
flour.
the people of the corn, they don't
People
sell
of the
their
corn,
corn.
they sell the corn, yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
So my brother lives there, and he always like goes to Mexican restaurants, and he's like, "There's no real Mexican food here."
Yeah, for
At
sure.
least what we grew up on. There are
Right.
certain parts of Mexico that do flour tortillas. Anyway,
shit.
that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
4 barbecue restaurants that receive Michelin stars are Interstellar BBQ, La Barbecue, Leroy, and Lewis Barbecue, all located in Austin. Leroy and Lewis Barbecue is one spot, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I mean,
And then Corkscrew Barbecue, located in Spring, north of Houston.
Cool.
Dang.
Houston had a lot. Like there was a few other, well, not a few other, but like 11 other one-starred, but there's a lot of them are in Houston. Check out the list on michelinguide.com. I didn't put them in our notes because there's just kind of a lot to go through. So I figure if you're interested in checking out Texas' first Michelin run-through, which is pretty fucking exciting. I remember when LA got theirs, I was like, holy shit, it's about time.
Yeah.
I guess they work in tandem with like the...
tourism boards.
Tourism boards, yeah.
Remember I think I mentioned
talk
that before.
about that,
I was
yeah.
like, I think the tourism board will reach
They
out
have
to
to
me like,
incentivize,
hey, like come through. We have, and then they have to give them a list of restaurants being
That's
like,
pretty
hey,
cool. That's
these are the
interesting.
ones we want you to check out. That's how it used to be.
I want to become a raider, dude. Can't do
A waiter? Or
no,
a
a
raider?
Michelin raider.
A raider, gotcha.
A guide.
Raiders.
I'm ready round 4. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Las Vegas
Fucking
style.
hilarious. And then you got the last one with Joe's Modern Thai.
Oh, Joe's Modern Thai. The juice, bro. Have you seen the juice? This one?
No, actually, I'm not super familiar
bro,
with
it is some straight up cheese man, bro.
Ooh, man.
Cheese man meaning like gossip.
Yeah.
It's some fucking juicy shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So they published they didn't publish some news sources like SFK picked them up and they were just like, oh, they're gonna close, they're making adjustments. Honestly, I've seen a lot of job postings for them, and I was like, something's happening there.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm definitely, because a lot of front of house positions. So I was like, something's there. You can see an exodus when you see an exodus, and I was like, well, in my mind, because we've been through this so many times, I'm just like, I wonder what happened. And so now we're finding out what happened. And apparently, so the Joe's Modern Thai, it's in Diamond District in Oakland.
Okay.
It was really good when I went. It's back when this is right before they got their star when I went.
Okay.
And they actually got a star, which is, odd to find in the East Bay, which is like, I think Comey's the only other Michelin got rated actually starred restaurant in the East Bay.
Oh, okay.
So
That's wild.
they are closing temporary for, I guess the excuse given by the owners, they're closing for repairs, but the chef left. So they're closed right now, and there's allegations of poor working conditions and the departure of the actual star chef that got the star.
Ridiculous.
Front of house employees were laid off on October 27th, and they were told that they can reapply for their jobs under the new requirements. The restaurant cited the need for important upgrades and the desire to meet high standards of service. Do you want to hear some of the lists of?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah, okay. Let me hold on. I have to adjust here.
He's if you don't know, the reason why we don't take pictures or post pictures because Cooks is in a full wheelchair, a la fucking Stephen Hawking.
Yes. I'm going to read you the truth behind Joe's Modern Thai.
And bring me your midgets.
I have some equations they need to solve.
I need to split them.
Yes. Maybe they'll find my black hole. And we're canceled.
I call it the space-time continuum.
You will be lost in the horizon. So the 14 employees from Joe's Modern Thai came together and they wrote an expose, if you will, called "The Truth Behind Joe's Modern Thai," and it starts with "Extra, extra, read all about
Why
it."
is there a picture of Diddy on that?
That's what they're comparing the owner to.
Freak out.
So it's The Truth Behind Joe's, JOS.wordpress.com. This is a blog that they posted. And then they sending the actual emails and text messages from, what's his name? Cal, the owner. So completing Joe's Modern Thai front of house training. So this is the email. This is the announcement they got. After many conversations and careful consideration regarding scheduling, service, and training, we've come to the decision that making those changes is the best way forward for Joe's in the long term. As we move forward into an exciting new chapter for Joe's Modern Thai because the star chef left, we regret to inform you that our last day of service will be on October 27th. Well, this marks the end of one phase. It's also a beginning of a transformation aimed at elevating our front of house service and guest experience. Wow. We understand that change can be challenging, but we're offering an opportunity for those who wish to continue with us under the following conditions listed out.
Good Lord.
Completing Joe's Modern Thai front of the house training with Taylor, adapting to new standards and processes without referencing previous policies. Forget what you learned. Learn our new system.
Good Lord.
Committing to a minimum of 4 days of availability to work. For those who are ready to be a part of this exciting new direction, pay will increase to $20 an hour plus tips. Full-time employees will receive benefits. New uniforms, including non-slip shoes. Ooh, they gonna hook them up with the shoes for crews, dude? The $20 fucking non-slips. They're gonna be wearing the Rudy Giuliani ones to work. Pocket squares, because you gotta have a pocket square. Name badges, those are important for a Michelin restaurant. Yeah. And aprons, great. If you're interested in continuing with us as we evolve, please submit your current resume to the person. I guess they're changing to what's called the Peach Brunch. I don't fucking know. With the subject line, applying to Joe's. We truly value each of you, yada, yada, yada. It sounds like what he's doing is trying to flip the whole culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I would definitely know. I don't know, $20 plus tips? Shit.
That's basic now, I think.
Yeah, now that's average. Might just be applying there, Joe. Hey, I heard you're toxic. Warm regards, Joe's Modern Time Management.
That's wild.
So yeah, they go on. I'll let you read the actual, the guest, whoever's listening. I'll let you guys read the actual article and the blog post from everybody. It sounds shitty. It sounds like a restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain it. Like, not to devalue their complaints, but it sounds like miscommunication. It sounds like shitty management. It sounds like a fucking restaurant.
Yeah, it sounds like a bad restaurant.
Yeah.
But a restaurant nonetheless.
A restaurant that gotten so bad to a point where you lost the person that got you most recognition. And that's how you know it's a bad move. Mm-hmm. And probably going to be closing soon. They're closed now for renovations and to retrain a whole new team.
As they rebrand. They're probably going to end up rebranding.
Well, they're rebranding as the Peach Brunch.
Are they really?
Yeah, that's what it's going to be turning into, I'm sure.
That sounds horrible.
It sounds terrible. And then, unless they're making a fucking killer brunch in the Diamond District, which could be a possibility.
Yeah.
I don't imagine them being a legacy with an owner like that. But I've worked at restaurants that were open for 15 years that it was just an absolute fucking Gamenkitzel.
Called The Peach, coming soon.
The Peach. So, yeah. The letter claims that restaurant was frequently understaffed, sometimes with only 3 servers for around 70 customers. Shit, I hate to say it, bro, but
that
sounds like a restaurant.
Yeah,
damn, that's our new segment.
Sounds
Is it a restaurant? Sounds like a restaurant. The James Beard nominated chef partner Intu On Kornawang left the restaurant on October 20th, citing differences with Kao Saili over the treatment of staff. Kornawang was also involved in the team's upcoming brunch restaurant, The Peach, which has been delayed.
That also explains why they're changing culture, because you have the person who got you recognition leaving over employee treatment.
Right.
And that's so they probably have a ton of
loyal backing from
the servers. So
because that's what happens.
Yeah. So instead of you being like, well, we're going to go in a different direction now and keeping everybody, and there might be some animosity.
Absolutely.
You just fire everybody and be like, hey, reapply.
Right.
And
fire everybody.
You figure out exactly
and
who wants to stay there.
You.
Yeah.
And then you get things like this that says, what does it say? Fucking, I closed it. But one of the, forget about the past policies.
These are new policies.
Yeah.
Who cares that you used to get on with there'll be no discussions with back of house.
Yeah. They're going to be separating him, signing NDAs too.
Yeah, for sure.
Say Lee, in a statement to SFGate, emphasized the staff's passion and dedication and stated that closure was for upgrades to ensure high standards of service. He confirmed that all staff were offered the opportunity to continue working under new guidelines. So I guess instead of having, but California is at will, right? So you can just follow. You can just fire whatever.
Yeah.
One of the bartenders, the bartenders are the first to go, I think, because they were hiring for a minute for bartenders.
Oh, yeah.
One of the bartenders says, what's his name? Lisa Papilison.
Okay.
I had been wanting to leave because it was just clear that the way Cal wants to run this business is to take advantage of every person there. Former Joe's Modern Thai bartender, Lisa says. She told that to Oaklandside. It's crazy to me that he wants so badly to be a Michelin star when he truly runs the place like an Applebee's. Oof. Ooh.
Good Lord.
Ooh, Lisa.
First things first.
This is some fighting words.
$5 margaritas.
Ooh,
Secondly,
shit.
until it's like that.
You guys got Rolling Rock?
Yeah, seriously.
Brutal, bro. Brutal.
Hope.
Yeah, so that's the drama, bro. Apparently, there's some more drama that's unfolding with it, too. I think there was a response to that letter.
Really?
I heard through the grapevine. I'm not really sure.
At this point, you just got to ignore it.
I'm all about this one. But yeah, if you're a manager or employee, yeah, you got to... that's how you end up in a Drake Kendrick situation, you know?
Ooh.
Ooh. But yeah, so that's the drama for the day. Again, we talked about MGP decreasing production, Texas's first Michelin Guide release, and the drama with Joe's Modern Thai in the Diamond District.
Nice.
The internet's such a crazy thing to live with.
You know,
You get to hear all the dirty laundry.
that's what makes it worth it.
One of the benefits of being in this industry.
Yep.
Well, I think that's it for this episode, brother.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man.
Cool.
You can find us on Instagram at
Local Drunks Pod.
YouTube and Patreon at
Local Drunks Pod.
Make sure, like I said earlier, please rate us on anything anywhere you listen to us at. If you listen to us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, give us a little subscribe, ring that bell, and then also if you want, feel free to comment. If you have any questions, any of you guys who are in the industry and have a crazy story, send them over because we will read them.
We should set up one of those voicemails.
We should set one of those voicemails, actually.
How do we
That'd
do
be
that?
Cool.
Stavros did it.
I'll have to check it out. We'll look into that, and then we'll see if we can do that. That'd be kind of cool.
We need to make a list of things to do. Let me make another one.
But, yeah, Local Drunks Pod, thank you all very much for listening, and you guys have a great rest of your week.
Bless up, fam.
Bless up. Jesus Christ.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Local Drunks Podcast. Tune in next week to hear more about what we drank, ate, and what belligerent things we got into. Until then, sip something nice.